Well, welcome to Hamilton County TV. I'm Perry Williams, and as you can see, Westfield head football coach Gilbert's in the screen right now. So good to see you, Coach.
Hello, my friend. Great to see you. Thanks for being here.
It's always good to be here. That means it's football time.
Yes, sir.
In Indiana. So let's talk a little bit about Zionsville. Kind of a defensive battle there that first, well, the entire game. It was push and tug all game.
Yeah, I thought our defense played great. We tackled so much better. Huge improvement from the first 2 weeks when we did not tackle very well. We had just enough. I thought we struggled to guard Eugene Hilton, which lots of teams are going to struggle to guard him going forward. But other than that, I thought we tackled well. We played pretty well. We defended the other guys pretty well. We pressured the quarterback some. We got a red zone interception. There was a lot of good in the game defensively. They rushed for very few yards overall. So that's
53 to be exact.
53 yards. So that's a great performance. We held them to field goals in the red zone. So even though they got some passing yards on us, when we got close, we were able to clamp the door shut and hold them to field goals, and it's hard to win when you kick field goals. So I was really pleased with our defensive effort.
Well, that's good. 2 or 3 standouts on that defensive side?
Yeah, I felt, again, Samuel Toney got an interception in the red zone, so that's huge. Andrew Liskey moved over from offense to defense. Thought he played well at corner. So that was good to see for sure. I thought Charlie Dager played his best game of the season. Charlie's 3-year starter for us. So.
That's pretty big when you say he's played his best game.
Well, we need him, and so he makes it all go for us. Well, he showed up, and I thought he was really good, and I thought the guys just up front played pretty well. I felt like there was just good consistency in our D line, and led by William Goodvine. He's going to really be a special player for us.
Coach, on the offensive side, Kendall Garnett had a big game. He had 113 yards and 13 carries. So
yep.
That's a young sophomore there.
Yeah. We're pretty young over there. Play a lot of sophomores, but he's got great potential. We love his running style. We got to work on ball security, but very excited about his future. He's a great zone runner, good vision, good hips. Just kind of finds a way to find the crack. Not a huge guy. That kind of helps him sometimes in the run game.
Yeah, I was sitting around thinking on Sunday, much like you do, and thinking about football and looking at these stats and everything. Cole Ballard just gets the job done. I know he's a senior, but he's had some injuries in his career, so he hasn't got to play as much as you would have liked him to play.
Sure.
Of course, he had a good person to follow. In front of him. So, but he could have played other spots, right?
Oh,
You'd
yeah.
have probably used him in other positions, but he's truly that leader out there on that football field as the quarterback.
Whatever we accomplish will probably be whatever he can lead us to. He's been outstanding in my mind. A couple unlucky interceptions that have hit guys in the hands, and we didn't complete the play. But on the season, he's thrown for several touchdowns, run for about 4 touchdowns. He's directing the show. He's a good leader. I just think he's been tremendous. But none of it's a surprise. I mean, we have known this. I'm sure for a lot of people, he's new, but we've known this all along. So this is not a surprise for us. We know he's a special player.
Yeah, because I was thinking about the same thought process. I was thinking about your MO is always all your quarterbacks are also really good baseball players too. The last four guys have been outstanding on the baseball field, along with outstanding on the football field.
Helps them get the ball out quickly.
Yeah, it does.
So that's important in today's game.
Yeah. So that was kind of a little thing I threw in there when I took a look at that.
Sure.
On the last 4 guys. You've had some outstanding quarterbacks. Well, always a Hoosier Crossroad Conference win is a win, okay?
Yep.
What's this now? How many in a row?
Well, 21 in a row against HCC opponents,
that's what I mean, yeah.
counting those sectional games. I'm not sure. I guess in season it would be, in conference play would be 15 probably, but we, trying to keep it going.
Yeah, because you really think
Proud of
about it. You really think about those 2 years that you were 12-2. In both of those years, there's only 2 teams that beat you, and that's Center Grove and Cathedral. So, even though you'd love to beat them, it's not a bad group to be in. That if you're going to have to lose, you're going to lose to some of the best football teams around.
We're trying to get to the top of that mountain.
Yeah, I know.
But we're getting closer all the time. But still a little ways to go. But I tell you, if you can win in our conference, then you can win against almost anybody in the entire state.
Yeah. Coach, switching gears a little bit, you got another Hoosier Crossroad Conference game this week as you travel to Noblesville. And, the one thing about Noblesville, you see an offense that you don't normally see. I mean, basically in the Hoosier Crossroad Conference, there's some similarities in the offense of all the teams in the conference.
Right.
But Noblesville throws you a different little...
They're an outlier, for sure. Yeah, it really makes you have to practice different, keeps you up at night because you just fear, are we really prepared? There's no real way to know. You can get in the game and they're so masterful at running that offense that you may think you're prepared, but you haven't seen it executed like that. Your scout team guys can't execute it. So it's really hard to be ready. If you have a team that's experienced and has played them in the past, that helps. If you have inexperienced guys out there, I mean, it just takes one trap and Schaffner scores. I mean, it's it's tough offense. It's huge and physical. They have some explosive play, but then they can outflank you on either side. They can get to anywhere, and so you have to get numbers to where their numbers are, and a lot of times that's post snap. And so that being the case, it just takes a lot of discipline from your football team.
Yeah, and the one thing about it too is I know you've watched over and over the video, and Brewer number 2, Aiden Brewer, big kid, 6'3", 6'4", good size, and it's all about a time that Landon Hughes, the freshman, is going to connect with him, and that could be one of the X factors in the game. A couple plays in that ball game. Hughes got the ball there, but they just couldn't.
It brings a new element that I think they haven't really had. If they throw the ball to Page is an outstanding, amazing player, but you don't worry about him running away from your defensive backs. But this number 2, I mean, he's exciting, and the quarterback. So I've seen those guys in middle school. Number 2 played for us at last year as a freshman in the second game as a wide receiver. So I think they should be pretty excited about that duo moving forward. And they've had a couple really nice plays already this year. So they'll only get better and better as their career goes.
Yeah. Coach, a little bit about, we talked off the air before we started here. In the past, the Noblesville defense has given you some problems. Now they've changed up their defense a little bit to what they feel like is going to help them improve. But talk a little bit about them on the defensive side too.
Yeah, traditionally I would say Noblesville has defended us as well as anybody we've played. Maybe that's familiarity. I don't know. Adam Metzler has been a great defense coordinator, in my opinion, and Metz has had our number a little bit, to be honest. Did pretty well against them last year, but other than that, all the prior years, I thought Noblesville really held us in check. So we've had some really tight games with them in the past, a lot of low scores. This year they're a little different defensively, so we have a new defense to prepare for, and they really run a couple different defenses. They run a stack, they run a kind of a 4-3-ish look by walking a guy up. So we have more to prepare for. We'll see who can execute the best Friday night. Yeah,
because it's the one thing about that Noblesville offense, it's about execution, because, I mean, that front line's got to be in sync, or they're in trouble in that running game.
Well, they are.
Yeah. That's a
I think
that's a
they're
veteran.
great at it.
Yeah, that's a veteran crew that
Yeah.
got some pretty good size to them. So you'll have that to
They're
to
massive.
battle with.
I think they blot out the sun, so it's good that we play at night, I guess. But
Yeah.
they're pretty big.
Well, you're traveling to Noblesville. Okay, they're in the new football stadium.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, it's much similar to what you have here,
Yep.
as far as the facilities around there and the space and everything. I'm sure you guys are going to travel well over there because, 7 miles?
Yeah,
or something?
pretty close.
So it's a pretty close trip to Noblesville. But the game's played on the field, so coaches don't really worry about what's going on in the stands and stuff like that. But I know you're, with the amazing thing that Wish TV does on this, the banner thing, the kids get pretty excited. I mean,
Right.
that's another game in itself, really. It's
I think our kids care a lot more about that than the
Yeah,
football game, but that's okay.
yeah, because I remember 2 years ago when you won the banner. I mean, you even did a commercial about
Yeah.
how great it was to win the banner.
Yeah.
But
It's good stuff.
Coach, it's exciting for this game this week, and it's the Midland Trophy game. Last 10 years, have come out here. Not 10 years. I'm sorry, 10 games. Last 10 games, you're 8-2. So, but it hasn't been that long ago that in a rainstorm.
I remember meeting us plenty, so I don't know. It feels like a pretty even rivalry to me. I think it'll be a great game, great for both communities. They're really good, especially on offense. They're very good on offense. So we're gonna have our work cut out for us to hang in there with that size and tackle well and find Schaffner behind all those huge dudes. And then offensively, we're gonna have to find a way to get some explosive points against this D. It'll be interesting. So we're ready. I'm excited for it, but it's gonna be a tough one.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot. Now I'll see you Friday night.
See you Friday. Go Rocks.